Hey everyone, Brian here from Vintage Classic Specialist. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope everyone is having a good week and is ready for the weekend. So it is time for another episode of Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So today held down the fort here with Santiago and Rene. Talk about what those guys did a little later. And Jacob came by after lunch. And between him and I, we worked on this 64 one family Beetle, and also worked on this beautiful 66 Beetle in pearl white. Beauty, both of them. So why don't we go ahead and talk about what happened. So since the camera is already pointing at this beauty here, why don't we start with it? So as you can see, and if you saw the thumbnail, you already know that the motor is out. So yeah, I went ahead and had Jacob go ahead and pull the motor. This guy is he is really getting to be an ace. He had this motor out in no time at all. And and then went ahead and just had him keep going on the back of this car. So stripped out the firewall sound mats and cut some of the wires and removed some wiring to prepare it for its, of course, new wiring harness. So yeah, this car is coming right along here. So if you're new to the channel, this is a one family owned 64 Beetle that came in. It's got a really nice paint job. Interior wasn't great, but yeah, very solid example of a 64 Beetle here in sea blue, probably one of VW's best colors. So we're going to be doing new interior on it. We're going to be rewiring it. We're going to build we talked about like maybe an 80 horsepower motor, which is literally twice what this car came with. This came with a 40 horse motor here, 1200 cc 40 horse. And so, yeah, we're talking about building like maybe a mild, like 1776. Haven't quite figured out all the details yet, but I'll probably do like some dual single throat carburetors or something like that. Maybe a very mild exhaust. We don't want it to be too loud or anything like that or too obnoxious, but yeah, something where he can, or they can go to merge on the freeway and punch the throttle and have it actually, get up to freeway speeds in a reasonable amount of time. I don't know what the 0 to 60 time on this car would have been stock, but I don't know. I'd have to think it would have been like 20 seconds or something. It took a while. So yeah, anyway, we want it to be safe to drive. They do plan to drive the car, so want them to be able to merge in traffic and stuff like that without getting rear-ended. Another thing we're going to do is we'll go ahead and upgrade to some disc brakes on the front, and like I mentioned, some new interior. The paint we're going to polish out and buff it and correct a few little things here. Probably end up repainting the deck lid because it does have some damage on it, and it's got some mystery holes where somebody must have had a badge of some sort on it. So yeah, had some paint mixed up to match this, and a little paint touch up and polishing the rest. It's going to look amazing. So that is pretty much what happened on this beauty today. Let's just take another gander at it here. There we go. So as you can see, we've got all the lights and stuff stripped off it already. So I think Rene, our paint and body guy, maybe, I don't know, he could start on it tomorrow. I think he actually was talking about starting on the deck lid tomorrow, because again, the deck lid does need a little bit of body work and stuff like that. Weld those little holes closed, massage out the dent, stuff like that. So he may actually start on this tomorrow. I will be in tomorrow, and I will be doing an episode, so you'll find out tomorrow what happens to this, if anything. But yeah, I think that's the plan. So let's change gears and talk about the beautiful 66 pearl white here. And this is, of course, the one that we're making this gorgeous, gorgeous red interior for here that I was kind of showing off yesterday. And he's still working on the backrests for the two front seats. But I think yesterday I didn't have the backrest, I think is what I didn't have. I had only one of these pieces or the other, and I don't remember which. But anyway, both the back seat pieces are here now. And of course, look amazing. So as far as what I did, let's start at the back of the car and work our way forward. So big thing in the back of the car was, of course, putting on the deck lid seal here. And, sometimes painters aren't very detail oriented, which you would think painters would be very detail oriented, but sometimes they're not. And so one of the challenges with the paint job on this car was that they didn't do a great job of preparing the channel here that the seal goes in. I might have mentioned this yesterday, but there were spots where it was kind of crimped down too much. And then what I didn't realize until I went and started checking the channel out was the bottom, 6 or so inches or so had like old seal still kind of like inside of it. And so had to go and take like some dental picks and kind of clear all that out before I could go ahead and put the new one in it. So yeah, pretty much worked my way around the whole channel, clearing it out, straightening it to the best of my ability. Again, this is something that's better done before the car's painted, because the problem is when you work on the channel when it's painted is that usually the paint will kind of chip on it. But again, the owner says that the painter does have spare paint, so when we finish the car up, we'll go around the whole car and we can touch up little stuff like this. It's not a big deal, but again, these channels, it's something much better done before the car is painted. Anyway, I'll get off that soapbox. But yeah, once I got it all straightened out and remove any remnants of old channels, it went in fairly easily. So I did about half of it, and then Jacob came along and finished the other half actually. But yeah, so that went on. And then let's see, we'll continue working our way forward here. So went ahead and installed the assist straps here on both sides. So let's zoom in here a little bit. So there you go. I got that in on both sides. Just kind of working around the car here, installing stuff as we go. Let's see, moving forward. So the front channel had some of the same issues as the back one here for the hood seal. And so again, pretty much just like worked my way all the way around the metal channel, and it was like literally painted closed in here. And then on that side, it was kind of like crimped closed. So again, just kind of went around the whole thing and massaged it, got it as uniform as I could, and then installed the new one. I prefer to install this seal before the hood goes on, because installing it on the front valence here it's kind of hard, because when the hood's in the way, you're kind of like working underneath here, and it's just not really a very convenient way to work. Much easier if this is sort of wide open. You can see how if this hood was not here, this channel would actually be very easy to access, but you end up having to kind of go in from this angle, and you're trying to get it into the channel here. Anyway, much easier to do. So if any of you are building one of these cars for the first time, highly recommend putting on this hood seal before the actual hood goes on. So anyway, yeah, once I got that all straightened out though, it went on relatively easily, again with the caveat that it would have been easier had the hood not been on. Not a big deal though. And then I went ahead and installed the front actual latch pin assembly here, which I had previously sandblasted and clear coated. Got that all restored and put it on, and yeah, it latches really well, and I got it all lined up and stuff. The only thing is that it's probably going to need a little bit more adjustment is that when you pull the release, the hood doesn't really pop up in the way it should. So they should come up, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch or so when you pull that. This one just kind of stays down, but somehow it releases where you can go ahead and lift it up. So not 100% sure what's going on there, but I'll get to the bottom of it. But anyway, it latches and releases, no problem. It just, I want to have that little satisfying pop when you pull the lever that lets you know that it's kind of released in there. Anyway, I'll adjust that some more. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on it because we do need to actually adjust the hoods some as well. Now that the, let me go ahead and latch this here. Okay, so that's latched. So now that the seal is on it, it's kind of holding the hood up some, you can see here. So I want to go ahead, and it actually kind of looks worse in person than it does on the video, but it is kind of holding it up here. So we got to do something about that. It's probably just a matter of adjusting the hinges and stuff. But yeah, so we do have some more adjustment to do on the hood. So I didn't want to spend a lot of time fine tuning this latch mechanism because, again, we got to go and kind of like adjust this hood anyway. So not a big deal. But yeah, so that all went on and got adjusted in there. Felt like there was more. Oh, I know what else I did. Kind of a, not a huge deal, but they can be a little tricky. Is I went ahead and installed the glove box here, and so pretty much the door went on pretty easily, as you would expect, and got it adjusted. And then the actual plastic glove box he had, which I think I saw he bought it from J Bugs, but it's manufactured by Impy. Those plastic ones don't really fit that great. The best are the cardboard ones, which is correct and like the original ones. Wolfsburg West has those, but I don't know, they're out of stock, so I'm not sure if that's why this customer bought the plastic one. But regardless, I did do a tech tip video that I'll put out here in the next day or so. So the plastic ones, the issue is that they're kind of misshaped a little bit, and when you close the glove box, these hinges end up kind of rubbing on the sides of the glove box. And you know, you can still close it and stuff, of course, but because it's rubbing on the outside edges of this, it creates a lot of friction. And so what happens is that when you go to open it, it just they won't open because there's enough friction in there that it kind of overcomes the spring, which is what, you know, kind of pops these down when you release the latch. And so I did film a short tech tip showing what I did to fix these plastic glove boxes. So you guys can look out for that and see how I did that. But anyway, the moral of the story is it's in. It works great now. And that was another thing that I did today. So, guys, I think that is pretty much what I did today here. So, again, I will be in tomorrow. I think I mentioned that our guy that does our sort of final polishing and beautifying of cars, Robert, is going to come tomorrow, and he's going to polish this beautiful 67 here, which, again, is super close to being done and leaving the shop. So usually one of the very last things we do. Also, his bamboo tray came, so I'll probably go ahead and install that maybe like Monday or something. And from there, actually, I got his spare tire. I don't know where it is. I guess the tire shop still has it. But his spare tire did come in today that matches the others, and I went ahead and had it mounted on the rim. So yeah, the spare tire and the bamboo tray are pretty much the last things other than the polish, and then just some more miles to get some more confidence in the car. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. Thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you guys for all the great comments that you're always posting, and all the thumbs up and likes and all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys a lot. So I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.